Well, hello. Welcome back to another installment on the Solis Barista Perfetta coffee machine. Now today I'm going to focus on the accessories and perhaps share with you some of the tips that for a new user, I'm assuming when you're watching this you are a new user, the tips that we may have that will help you enhance your enjoyment of a coffee machine bought from your hard-earned money. Now, I have an array of those accessories here shown to you, and I will have a closer shot to show you what they are. But essentially, this are the accessories that come with it. Well, here we are. These are all the accessories that you get with the Solis coffee machine. Now, I'll start with the buckets. You have a pressurized bucket, and you would know why it's pressurized because there is an extra layer at the bottom here. And you can see that very closely. It says 2 shots at the bottom. I don't know whether you can see it clearly. It says 2 shots. So this is a pressurized 2-shot basket. Then you have a non-pressurized 2-shot basket. And you can see the difference by looking at the bottom. One's pressurized and one is non-pressurized. Then of course it comes with a single shot. Similarly, you have a pressurized basket and you have a non-pressurized basket. And these are for the single shots. Then of course you have an interesting basket here. This is for the 44 ml pressurized basket, but for a 44 ml pods. So if you went to any of the shops out there, you can buy pots, smaller pots and larger pots, and this is for larger pots, so you can use them if you choose to use them. But sometimes I wonder why you would use them, because you've got a nice coffee machine with your selection of different coffee grinds, and why would you use a pot? I'm not quite sure, but it's given to you. And then what I really like is this is the portafilter. Now this is the first thing anyone would touch for a coffee machine, and this is heavy. This is very well engineered, and it's designed very well, and the feel of it is just wonderful. And I simply like the design and the way it comes out. It's just a good heavy portafilter. Now this portafilter has a spout at the bottom, and this spout is removable. You can literally just screw it off and put it back on if you like. So it's very solid, and it's made of solid steel and stainless steel. And I really like this filter, and a portafilter, and it fits quite easily. Clip, it's in. And here you go. It's nicely fitted, and that's where you put your coffee bean in. And see look how easy it is to pull the bucket out. Some of the other machines that I've seen and I've tried using, it is almost impossible to pull it out. And this is just very nicely weighted and nicely, if you like, engineered so that it comes off easily. And this is the portafilter. And the next thing that I thought was a wonderful engineered and designed is the tamper. It is heavy. It's very heavy, and it's got a nice feel to it when you hold it. And when you tamper the coffee, it just feels quality. In fact, it is quality. It's very heavy stainless steel. And you're given a scoop, which is a 10 ml scoop. So if you have double shot for it, you go twice, right? And it's it's got a long handle. You could just literally scoop down into your coffee and bring it up. And you could even it out quite easily. You can, tamper it. It's just a nice plastic, but quite a solid plastic. And the accessories, I must say, is very well designed and very well made. And I thought this was really cute. A little brush to clean your shower screen or to clean any parts of your portafilter. Sometimes when you fill coffee into your portafilter, you may have a little grind at the edge here, which I would suggest you brush it off. And because there's coffee cup powder on the side, you would clean that as much as you can, and you use this little brush for it. And of course, a single shot, a jug for a 1-shot coffee. It's a fairly small jug. I think it's about, let's say 300 odd mil. You fill to half the jug. So essentially it's just for 1 shot. And it's good for one. And I would say if you wanted to, you have to do it twice. But I would then perhaps buy a bigger milk frothing jug for a double shot, because I wouldn't put more milk in a small jug, because it's just going to froth up and you're just going to make a mess in your kitchen, and you don't want a mess in your kitchen and lower your experience of the machine. So essentially you have a very, very good array of accessories given to you. Now I'm going to share with you perhaps a tip that would make your life a little bit more comfortable when you start to prepare your coffee. And the tip is when you actually use your scoop to fill your bucket in the portafilter. Now, if you try and do it with the accessories that's given to you, you can make quite an awful mess out of it if you're not careful with it. Now, sometimes it's quite hard to fill this portafilter up with the scoop that's provided here, and you can, if you're not careful, you can make a mess out of your. See, it's hard, but particularly if you're not quite sure. You would try and fill this up. It's such a small place. You tend to see you tend to miss, and it just. You miss perhaps sometimes. The first time I did it, I had perhaps half the coffee onto the bench, and my wife wasn't too happy with that. And it just spoils her experience in the morning with a messy kitchen bench. So one way of solving this problem, one way of solving this problem is to use what I bought this from Amazon, and it's not provided by Solis. This is an additional accessories that I would encourage you to buy if you can. It's a dosing funnel that makes your dosing a lot cleaner and more enjoyable. So what this dosing funnel does is, instead of dosing without this, I'll put the dosing funnel on top, and it fits perfectly. You see how well it fits. And what it does is you just take your coffee, and I'm doing a double shot here, and if I do a full double shot, it would be quite difficult for me on this. And look how easy, there's no spill at all. I can knock this and it goes straight into the bucket. I'll have another scoop here. And notice how easy it is. No spill. I am happy, I enjoy it, my wife is happy, I don't make a mess. And so the dosing funnel is an excellent addition to it. And now I want to also talk about this tempering mat. And I've spilled it a little bit here, so I'm just going to clean it up a bit. And the wonderful thing is, now I can literally just hit on this mat without damaging my kitchen bench. And I know I haven't spilled anything. And when I lift it up, it just fits perfectly here. Now there's a lot residue, coffee grind on the side here, because it's going to affect the when I put it into the machine. So I like to temper it on the side, and I'll just put a bit of pressure on it. And I wanted to make sure that all the EC is not evenly tempered. I want to make sure it's evenly tempered. And I'm not an expert in this. I'm just still learning. And I've got myself a wonderful portafilter filled with coffee that's ready to be extracted. We're ready to put in the machine. So these are the additional accessories that I bought: a dosing funnel, a leveler, I would call it, and this can distribute your coffee if I wanted to, and of course the tempering mat. That's so important. That increases your enjoyment of coffee, particularly in its preparation. Thank you for watching.